Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. We're doing something a little unusual today. That unusual thing. Oh, fucking... I'm pouring this. That's not unusual. What's unusual is, as you can see, I'm playing Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. And the reason why is not just because I've reached the point where I absolutely have to play it in spite of the fact that lighting conditions are suboptimal. The reality is that it's partially the fact that I really want to record it, and primarily the fact that lighting conditions are now appropriate. So that's how we're going to do things here. We're going to record when lighting conditions are appropriate. I really don't have much in the way of brandy. I'm actually basically out of it. But anyway, as per usual, Twitch is saying that the live stream is unstable. I've got my laptop on my desk, I've got, webcam in front of me. I have to tell you, and I've mentioned this before, I don't really want to go deeply into the setup, because it takes you out of the experience of watching me play the game, I would imagine, and I don't want to bore you with technical details regarding what I have to do to get this sort of thing set up, but it's crazy. To have the webcam in the position that it's currently in other words, fairly directly aligned with my face, and straight on, it, as you can imagine, basically has to be covering the monitor that I'm using to play the game. So yeah, I sort of have to duck around it and hope that it doesn't block too much of... Hope that it doesn't block anything important, and hope that it doesn't block too much of what I need to look at, generally speaking. So there you go. Now, much like Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, I am absolutely at the mercy of whatever people are doing right now. Much of the setup here might be foreign to you if you haven't watched one of my PC Monster Hunter recordings before. Basically, I have the Discord window over there. Well, right there. There. Over there. You know what it is anyway. You can see it. If you can't see it, there's something wrong. So I'm not going to go out of my way to point it out to you. But yeah, we're going to see what's going on. I might actually make my own room. Making my own room sometimes is better. Unfortunately, with the way Hunsterverse is these days, there's a lot of people who actually don't even use the chatting channel at all. They just randomly join rooms, and most communication will take place in the emulator, which is really annoying. I hate that. There's this really ugly in-game chat that was added about a year ago, I think, to the PPSSPP emulator, and it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. I generally don't use it. I just used Hunsterverse to talk to people, much to the chagrin of all phone users, as you can imagine. But anyway, doesn't really seem like too much is going on, so I'm just going to make a room. Going to just check for a free guild hall. It's a C free GH. There is, of course, a way to check all guild halls and their statuses, but that's fine. Yeah, guild hall 8. Wait, CAQ. Haven't actually played on Hunsterverse in a while, so I'm just remembering what needs to be done. CAQ, GH8, G rank, hunts. That should be fine, right? Yeah. There you go. So I will ensure that I don't have the Discord capture on screen all that much. It will be there whenever there's nothing else really going on. But if there's stuff going on in-game that needs to be shown, I don't want the Discord window there covering it all. That would be terrible. Hey Vernon, good to see you. But anyway, I'm going to head online right now. I'm not going to waste time changing equipment or anything like that. Change to what would be the question. It was Guild Hall 8, wasn't it? I think it was Guild Hall 8. Should be. If my memory serves me correctly. It doesn't always serve me correctly, but if it is, then this is where I should be. No one here yet, but that's alright. Hopefully that'll change at some point in the near future. Again, I've got no idea what to expect here. The ideal situation would be for me to have a group already set up and prepared to hunt, but there's a certain degree of stress that accompanies that process, that way of doing things. If I have a group there, I'm worried about setting this up as quickly as possible so that they don't have to sit there waiting, and there are plenty of impatient people in the Hunsterverse community, so it's easier for me to take the time that I need to set things up, and then, at that point, try to get a room together, because then I don't have to worry anymore about whether or not everything's set up perfectly and all that. It's just better to do it in your own time, at your own pace. Alrighty. So, not looking good at the moment, generally speaking. I've made the room. It is indeed Guildhall 8, I was correct. I'll put the controller to the side. I'm using a PS3 controller. That is generally what I use. I used to use a PS4 controller, but that started to shit itself, so I went and started using my PS3 controller instead. There's no real ideal time to play on Hunsterverse. I suppose it would be... Oh, yeah, Vivi wants to hunt. There you go. Oh, I want to, but I can't. Oh dear. Don't have much to say to that. I'm trying to keep the... I don't really want to have the game minimized, because you might have been able to see there that it did freeze for a while there. I don't know if it prevents the sound from playing or not. Hadn't even considered that. I don't think it does, but... Yeah, if I have the game minimized for whatever reason... See, I can't really... Let's check that. Sound does play, and... Okay, that's fine. I don't know. I don't know what causes the game to freeze and not freeze based on whether or not I have it open or not. That was redundant anyway. You can still hear the game sound? Well, thank you for that. In terms of the volume, I still haven't really established what's appropriate. Again, it's a little bit different to what I'm used to, so... Yeah, as I hunt, I'll try to keep an eye on the audio levels just to make sure it's not too loud or too quiet. I should have jumped into Daigo's room, honestly. Because I didn't want to jump in there because I wasn't sure what they were doing, but it's looking like that would have been a better idea. He's letting Fever Lash know that there's a spot in his room, because Fever Lash asked first, which is the protocol that one should follow. There is a certain courtesy that one should follow in Hunsterverse, and so many people don't, but I respect Daigo for actually following that. So these people, seriously. They've got a group together, and I'm just sitting here hoping, while live, that I can have people to play with. It's really annoying. I suppose it's my fault for not checking first to see if there was anyone to play with. Usually there is. Usually it's not an issue, but whatever. I'm going to see who's hunting in that room. I'm just going to see SQ. Then I might peek in their guild hall just to see who's playing. That way I know. It says there's only one person in the room right now for the ring. Oh, for fuck's sake. Lots of people posting pictures of Korean girls in this chat, as you can imagine. It's not hard to imagine why. Mostly Southeast Asians playing in this community. I just wanted to see exactly who, talking in the chat here, is playing in that room so that I can appeal to anyone who's not in the room to hunt with me, so... I need to get this fucking girl off my screen, seriously. Go away. This is just like, this blank fucking smile, like that's literally what's going on in here, let me tell you. It's a reflection of what's inside. This blank fucking smile. I'll ask Decker if he wants to hunt. The irony is that whenever I want to play, there's like no one to fucking play with. It's really frustrating. Vivi is expressing his condolences. I do very much love that that GIF image of the crying man. It's just this real emotional cry. How's the weather in Australia? It's getting warmer, but it's up and down. Sometimes it gets cold and rainy, and then warm again. I suppose this is one of the warmer days, at least a bright day. And it's for that reason that I can record comfortably on PC right now, because I have good natural lighting to facilitate good lighting. I don't know. Sort of lost the thread there. Okay, I froze that again. So you can see that behind me the game is frozen, but you can still hear it, which is good. It's just a fucking nightmare, generally. It's strange how the chat window will occasionally freeze, and then the game will occasionally freeze. I don't really know what causes either of those things, but... Well, the way to change it, or the way to, yeah, Bob the Builder interrupting would be lovely. The way to keep track of whether or not the game is frozen is to check the flame animation. You can see that the Mario smoking a joint guy wants to join me, so... Alright, so we've got 2 people coming. We've got Fever Lash and possibly Mario smoking a giant fucking joint. So... give him a Hyper Bingus. And an okay hand. What I hope is that when you watch these live streams, you're not looking for instant entertainment. Oh, get in the hunt and entertain me, Doomlink. You know, just sitting back and relaxing and hoping that something happens eventually. Oh yeah, I forgot that you lost your Freedom Unite file. Beta does play Freedom Unite. Last time I was playing Freedom Unite on camera, it was with Beta, which was nice. But I don't know where she is at the moment. Haven't seen her around in a while. Certainly not on Hunsterverse. See if anyone's joined yet. Not yet. As you do. I used to have the... what monster? Any monster. When I used to share my screen here, I mean, I've been doing PC recordings of, you know, the Hunsterverse supported Monster Hunter games since I started live streaming in 2019, like early 2019. I was doing Portable Third and Freedom Unite. I used to only share the chat itself, but now I've included the place where I type, you know, the typing box. I don't know. For some reason the word escapes me. But showing that I think is much better. That way you don't have to wonder what I'm typing. It works a lot better. I was worried about it, you know, maybe zooming too far out, but no, it's quite fine. Ooh. So that's the random hunt system in Hunsterverse. It basically predetermines what weapon you're going to use, and I find that really fun. It also determines what quest, so single black Gravios, and I have been given Sword and Shield, which is awful. Crying boy. There you go. That is basically, I mean, while I am not expressing such extreme emotion right here and now, that is how I feel inside, after being told that I have to use Sword and Shield on a black Gravios. Well, Gravios Sword and Shield was a lot better in first gen, when Sword and Shield was much stronger, but in this game, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it, but I will go and change to Sword and Shield. Because that is what I've been given. Hello, Exio. Now, yes, I do realise that there is a warping system in the game, where you can, well, fast travel, I suppose you would call it. I don't think, canonically speaking, there is a warping function between the locations of Poke Village, but anyway. So, Sword and Shield. I generally use this armor set for Sword and Shield. It's very nice. It also works very well for dual blades, but whether or not I use this or a standard set for dual blades sort of depends on my mood. And also depends on the sharpness of the dual blades in question. I feel that lower sharpness dual blades that typically lose sharpness very often are very much assisted by the skills that this set has. As far as what I'd like to use, I could either use Melink's Tool or Master Odyssey. Those are my two main choices here, I feel. And I might use Melink's Tool, because I feel like going support right now. I use the G Melink's Tool. I understand that that's slightly better than the other one. There are two options, I believe. I think one... Yeah, maybe they're both black. I can't remember. I thought maybe one was white and one was black. I really wasn't too sure. I've just realised. Looks like Arx is going to play with me, which is rather nice of him. He's always complaining that I don't hunt enough, so... works out well. Is he invisible or what? We're about to find out. He might be invisible. Yeah, he's fucking invisible. See how it says that he's... Oh, now he's entered. That possibly does not bode well for our... See this? See this shit? This instability is caused by mobile players. Like, the fact that they play on the mobile emulator causes this sort of crap, where they should be in the room but aren't. They join in a delayed fashion and then leave because they're disconnecting. It's complete shit. I'd much rather that people not play mobile, but they do. Who's this guy? Oh, hello. This is a Hunter Rank 5 who has joined and posted their own quest. I'm going to show you what you do with these people. Let's see, what is it again? Vote to kick Georgian. That's what you do with him. And that will be a 1-vote kick. He will be removed from the room. And this is to sort of teach him not to do this, but he won't learn. That is the point. He will not learn after this. This has not in any way been an educational process for him. Because he'll think he just disconnected or something. He likely doesn't read the chat, but that sort of behavior, as you can clearly see, takes place no matter what the community. It's almost human nature that displays itself in the Monster Hunter series. It's just, oh, if I post my quest, they'll do it. It's this expectant behavior of, oh, let's try to just thrust our quest in front of them and pray that they join it. Like Gravios. What joy. Alright. Now the person who hosts the quest here doesn't really mean anything, because the person who hosts the monster in terms of the connection is actually the person who first enters the area. So yeah, me being the quest host here doesn't actually mean anything. It doesn't mean that the connection's going to be perfect because I'm hosting the quest. It's irrelevant. If I join the area first, however, that will be ideal. That will make a noticeable difference. Alright, back to the chat. Some people are taking a fucking while to get in here, despite expressions of interest. As far as joining is concerned, Fever Lash is checking his ping. I will advertise / show my guild hall for anyone who wants to join. Alright, out of brandy, on to gin. But yes, I apologise for how long it's taking to get started here with a hunt. But be assured of the fact that once I get a room together, it should be consistent. It should last for the rest of the recording. That's what I'm hoping. The less time spent trying to find a room, the better. Got this fella here with a gun lance. I have to confirm who this is. I think we just had another person as well. Because some people have different names in-game to what they have in Discord. This person is apparently anonymous. And I think that, yes, that was that Fever guy in Discord, Fever Lash. He's trying to join, but seems to be having trouble, as you can clearly see. Now let me tell you one thing. If he was using a computer, he probably would be having less issues. Now this Jean guy, he likely hasn't expressed interest in joining, unless he actually is someone in chat here, I don't know. But he is anonymous, apparently. And, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Exia. Arx is ranting at the quest board. Rightly so. I think it is almost time for us to go as well. But, yes. Fever Lash is... What is going on with this guy? See, I'm sort of covering the guild hall. I don't even know what to call it. Basically, the messages that are coming up, I guess we can call it the message board. The messages that are showing up are being blocked by me, but you can clearly see the word Fever in there. You can also clearly see that he's joining and leaving in quick succession, which is clearly showing that he is having connection issues. Oh, he's back, is he? I didn't even notice. Is he actually back? No, I'm not seeing that. Why is he saying vote to kick Georgian, the guy that I kicked before? See how Arx is disconnected here? The reason why is because he went and joined the Discord chat on his phone, which has caused him to disconnect from the room. How fucking annoying is that? Oh, he made it in. And Arx was able to rejoin. Oh my god, like seriously. What would otherwise be a flawless process becomes a complete mess, much like the ad hoc days when these people use their mobile phones to play the game. Honestly, so sick of it. I'll try not to rant about it constantly, but yeah. There is a temptation to do so, let me tell you. I think we're finally ready to go. Again, playing support here, Arx is going... He's using the Eraser, which is also my Pierce Water bow of choice. I often use it against Black Gravios and Gravios. It is the Terra Shogun Senator bow. This is the... basically the G-rank upgrade. Like sort of the single forged G-rank Lao Shan Lung heavy bowgun, as I recall. Very good for elemental and normal bow gunning, particularly in conjunction with auto reload. I didn't eat. Oh well. I was so focused on everything else that I didn't end up eating, but life goes on. Hey guys, we're finally playing. Vernon was able to hang around for the entire time that it took for me to get ready, and unfortunately he has to go now, which is unfortunate. Oh yeah, Gravios. As per usual, doesn't matter what game it is, I start running around aimlessly in whatever area that I join, not actually comprehending what monster we're hunting. I think I'd better just use a Farcaster at this point. Otherwise I'll be running to get there forever. At the moment I'm actually playing through the OBS window, which is kind of weird. There is a slight delay. It's not... The reason why I'm playing in the OBS window is to confirm someone's already been killed. Oh, Arx is already dead. Poor bastard. As you can see, I actually have to aim exclusively for the the stomach here. Okay, audio is fine, so I'm going to now play with the game enlarged. That is how we're going to do that. This is truly terrible. I mean, this is about as terrible as I was expecting it to be. I was hoping to at least be able to hit the legs with white sharpness without bouncing, but that was not the case. That was clearly not to eventuate. I don't really have an ESP armor set to use in conjunction with the Melling's tool. I just... Ugh. This is not good, generally speaking. So, lower the volume of the game. Just for me, not for you. This is nightmarish. While I am playing support, I really don't feel like I'm contributing all that much. I have to aim exclusively for the stomach, which is harder than you might think. Didn't realise that a trap had been placed. See, to try and get around the wing, around the back, and even then, I'm bouncing. I mean, what a waste of time. My only use right now in the team is to get semi-consistent paralyses off. Otherwise, I may as well fucking go home. Like, this is just pathetic. This is thoroughly inadequate. It's one of those fucking days. I can't believe it. See, in a normal game you'd be able to actually clear that, but because of the huge hitboxes in this game, I was unable to clear that, so... And what's worse still, is that because I didn't eat, I've already used that ancient potion, so I'm going to be continuing the hunt with reduced health. I mean, this is fucking terrible. I regret all of this. This is just terrible. One of the worst hunts that I could have started with. Bouncing on everything with this weapon. Already dead. We're 2 out of 3 deaths in, quite frankly. It's just ridiculous. So it seems that I can hit the stomach without bouncing with white sharpness, but not with blue sharpness. Which is just awful. I mean, who wants that? Certainly not me. That bastard saying, oh yeah, Gravios is fun, or Gravios is great with Sword and Shield, whatever he said. Whatever he said, it was ridiculous. It was certainly not reflective of reality whatsoever. I know what you're doing, Gravios. You're getting your tail ready to swing. I need to be very, very careful with my health. But anyway, as I said, in 1st gen, not a problem at all to use Sword and Shield against Gravios. In 2nd gen, nah. Not advised. Yeah, a gun or a bow, Exio, is pretty fun with Gravios. Even Jean right now, I'm sure, is having some problems right now. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, there we go. Weird timing, unfortunately, because I think everyone was getting ready for a fire attack, so we were all distancing ourselves from the monster, and then, annoyingly, this is truly terrible. I mean, I'd literally be fighting this Gravios in the same way Arx is right now, if I had my way. But I was given Sword and Shield, and I thought I'd give it a try. I certainly would have vetoed the decision if I had deemed it to be an impossibility for me to, you know, use Sword and Shield and actually be effective or efficient in dealing damage, but I wasn't too sure. So I thought I'd give it a try, and I do regret it. But it has to be said that I'm really not contributing all that much. I mean, I got 1 paralysis off there, which I have to say the team didn't really capitalize on as much as I would have liked, but I'm not really in a position to complain because, again, I'm not really doing much myself. I certainly contributed to the lack of damage being dealt during said paralysis, because I don't have much in the way of damage right now. I'm sitting on, you know, less than ideal fucking raw damage on this Sword and Shield, for good reason. I mean, it is balanced in that way, but it's not fun. This far as getting another paralysis off, I'm not getting my hopes up. Not getting my hopes up at all. Seems that I can also hit the neck without bouncing with wide sharpness, which is nice. I can't really complain about that. I'm just not going anywhere near that neck. And, well, there you go. I don't know who died first, but I'll definitely make a comment about that. Can't fucking type worth a shit. Now, right where 1 appears on my text box is about where I can't actually see what I'm typing because of my webcam setup, in case you wanted to know. Oh. Did I typo that? No, I didn't. Again, I can barely fucking see what I'm typing when I get to a certain point. Well, I can't see what I literally cannot see what I'm typing once I get past a certain point. So, yeah. That was pretty shit. I'm happy to do that again. But that was truly terrible. I don't think that needs to be debated. This time, I'll just use whatever I fucking want, because I don't... I mean, I enjoy having a weapon selected for me, but... yeah. That was complete shit. Need an ancient potion as well. I need to combine more ancient potions, annoyingly. I'd rather not have to do that while recording. Actually, I probably have enough stuff. Feline Kitchen, we're gonna go straight there, because I need to... eat. I'm speeding up for this, if you can forgive me. I know it's a bit weird, but that's what it means to emulate the game. At least you can skip it, unlike first gen. They force you to sit through it in first gen. No, what are you doing? Thought I was in a different screen. Alright. What would I like to use now? I could use a bowgun, but I don't know. Well, actually, let's do that. See this skill auto-reload? I know Exio's familiar with it, but those of you who perhaps aren't used to this generation of Monster Hunter, it's an interesting skill which basically allows you to load a shot type and then never reload ever again. It just stays fully loaded the whole time. This one, yeah, this does shoot water, I'm pretty sure. It's ice that this gun doesn't shoot. I have a separate bow gun for that. Of course, I'm just doing this for fun, like I'm not in need of any Black Gravio stuff. Not sure what's being said in the chat. What next? What do you mean, what next? It's the same bloody arm. Except this time we're going to get ready for it appropriately. And I will buy some cool drinks. As well as that, I'll make sure that I have some ammunition. What I will do is I'll take water and normal. That should be fine. If I need more than that for this hunt, then... well, I suppose it is possible that I would need more than that, but... I'm hoping not. I will buy whetstones. Obviously not for this hunt. And I'm also not buying hot drinks for this hunt. I'm buying it for the inventory. For later on. That is the reality. I will bring combination materials for normal shots because I don't trust the damage of this team. There are certain people in this team that I don't have an issue with. I'm sure Arx is doing plenty of damage, and possibly Jean as well. Don't know if I should say Jean or Jean or what the fuck. But, anyway. What should I put away? Okay, I'll get rid of hot drinks. Very well. Okay. We're in good stead to succeed this time. Just as well. Off we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is caused by... Well, there are a few things that cause comm errors, but... It's rare, but when it happens, it's very annoying. Seriously annoying. Whether or not I was the only one to disconnect there, I couldn't say. If I was the only one to disconnect, it is technically possible that these guys won't return for me. We're about to find out. I was not the only one. Just as well. Just as well. The good thing about a communication error is that you don't have to eat again or anything like that. You return to the state that you were in. Well, technically you never departed on the quest. That's the reality. It's not like you departed and then were sent back. You never departed. So that's why you don't need to eat again, or anything like that. Which is great. Seems like Arx was the only one to successfully depart. What is going to end up happening with him is he'll be stuck in a loading screen for a little while, and then he will eventually join the hunt with no one in it. Annoying as that is for him. And he's now returned. I readily admit that this is not the most action-packed recording up until this point. It's been 37 minutes of sitting around and then a failed hunt. So, yeah, it could be better. Definitely could be better. I can only apologize, I suppose. Arx knows that I live stream, but I haven't told him that I'm live because I don't want him to try and watch it while playing, because honestly, mobile phone users already have enough network instability without trying to watch a live stream while playing, so I wouldn't want to encourage that. He probably wouldn't do it, but in case he were to do so, I wouldn't tell him. And yeah, I will do the same. I will also farcast. Why I choose to basically do a full revolution to go in this direction, I really don't know, but anyway. I think that's now rapid bow. Yeah, that's my rapid bow of choice anyway. So the great thing about auto reload is the incredible DPS you can achieve with it. In certain hunts it is absolutely devastating. This is a hunt where it is fairly devastating because you can definitely get away with shooting this monster a lot without being at risk of being hit. Now, it's worth mentioning that what just happened there is perfectly typical. There is a delay to the laser of Gravios actually, I guess, going out on the right side. So keeping to the center of the monster and rolling to the right is always the way to go with Gravios, because there is a delay on that. This is assuming that you can actually continue in whatever direction is needed. You see, like, what am I to do in that situation? Honestly. Fucking terrain, honestly. What should I say? Caught against the lava. Part of the issue there is that I'm paying less attention to the monster, or rather paying too much attention to the monster and not enough attention to my surroundings. This has not been a good recording so far. This has been really rough, actually. But yeah, the funny thing is that Gravios was so incredibly easy with a bowgun in first generation that Capcom were like, we need to change something up with him. what do we do? Oh, I know, we give him a sweeping beam. And it does make a huge difference. It's much harder to use a bowgun against a Gravios in this game. And with even more ranged options now than there were in first gen, id est the bow. It's more important than ever for Capcom to balance things appropriately. Oh, I was almost in range of that. That tail really does have incredible reach. There we go, that's paralysis, so I'll try and get in position for the stomach. As you can see, water shots do have piercing capabilities. A lot of elemental shots do. Oops. Again, I have to be careful of where I'm actually standing in relation to my surroundings, because otherwise I will get caught. Oops. So, out of water shots, so now it's normal time. And I should have plenty for this hunt. I do not want to be shooting the wing with that. The wing is catching a few of my hits, as you can see, or a few of my shots. I really have nothing to say in regards to that. Exio, I don't know much about the Kinsects, and I don't really care about them. I just do whatever seems good when making a new Kinsect. Oh, I was in range of that. I guess given that I was standing under the wings, if he were to do a sweeping beam there, I would have died. That is the reality. It's a bit of a game of chance. Full G rank team shitting on this monster, fortunately. And there you go. Again, it's a different button to skip the cutscene in every bloody game. In the Wii and Wii U games, it's start. In the PSP games, it's select. I think it's also start in 4 Ultimate on the 3DS. And, of course, in Generations and Generations Ultimate, it's B. So, I mean, why they feel the need to change the fucking button in every game, I couldn't say. I could not imagine why they feel the need to do that. But it's very annoying when you're going back and playing several different games in the series. You just don't know what button to press. Of course, you always go based on instinctive muscle memory, but there is no such thing when you're trying to skip a cutscene. I mean, you sort of have to think about what game you're playing and therefore what button you're supposed to press, and it's annoying. I don't really play Monster Hunter like that. Because I'm a casual player, I very much default on muscle memory. So, I'm always pressing the wrong button to skip, for that reason. Just drives me crazy. Quest cleared. What have we got? Fuck all, is what we've got from that. Oh well. Still an improvement over first-gen rewards. By first-gen standards, that would have been pretty decent. Like, oh yeah, fair. Nothing wrong with that. I got some items this hunt. Anyway. Not sure what our next hunt will be. I will probably do the random hunt thing again. I'll go to the feline kitchen, just to remind me of what needs to be done. And then I will probably do the random hunt. Old George Hunt's being kicked by him as well. He's having a rough ride. Fucking can't type because I've got this bloody controller in the way. No sympathy. I mean, I said Georgian's having a rough ride as a prelude to an insult, effectively. Maybe it's not an insult, just a very, very abrasive recommendation. But seriously, the guy is an idiot, and he needs to learn. And he never will. He seriously will never learn, but... Yeah, anyway, let's do the random hunt thing. See, is it random hunt? And then I think I can list the players. I think it's Draco, Arx, Jean. Hopefully this is the correct way to do it. It is. So, I've been fucking SNS again. Hyper Rage. Now, I love Sword and Shield, but it's just really weak in... Oh wait, Fever Lash. Wait, is Fever Lash Jean? I'm very confused. I'm very concerned that Jean might have sniped his spawn. And if so, then... Oh wait, did I only include 3 people? Oh, I only included 3 people. Alrighty. All good. For some reason I thought that I had included 4 people in that random hunt thing, so... Yeah, I forgot to give him a weapon. He's been given dual blades, which is written as DS for dual swords. Just to ensure that there's no ambiguity there. To give rise to any confusion. Alright. I wouldn't know, Lonely Solly. Look, there are plenty of people who are idiots in the series, so... Even for, even as a humorous comment, it doesn't even work to say, is that the guy from 3 Ultimate? Because they're native to the communities of Monster Hunter. Complete idiots who just don't know how to play. Alright, Sword and Shield again, against Copper Blangonga. We will, of course, use this set. And I'll go with a nice Sword and Shield, whatever that is. Oh, did I end up making that? It's a Kushala Daora Sword and Shield. I might not have it yet, yeah. Unfortunately, making things like Kushala Daora weapons is not that easy in this game, so I don't have that at this time. Is this even fully upgraded? I don't think it's fully upgraded. I remember making this very early on in this save file, so I never really made use of it. Unfortunately, the one element that I need is an element that I don't have, so we will use the Melinx tool again. Frustratingly. Okay. And we haven't even been sniped by anyone. How nice is that? Okay, so it'll be in G2. We're actually going to do the one in the old desert. Because if we're going to fight a monster that is unique to this game, we may as well fight him in the first-gen location. The old desert was remodeled for 4 Ultimate. Sorry if you're seeing that loss of frames there. I don't know what causes that. Don't think it happens when I have the game shown in a large format, but it's technically not minimized when I'm watching through the OBS window, but it seems to confuse OBS a little bit, I don't know. What was I pinged by? Oh, that's funny. Said I was being dumb and he says, you share the same brain cell as Acheron. The Mario smoking a joint and Acheron have a bit of a rivalry. Let's say a consistent disagreement about something. Acheron says that that guy's a childish idiot, and, well, needless to say, being in receipt of such insults has left Mario smoking a joint to be less than, well, I don't know, friendly to Acheron. Haven't played with Acheron before, but he's pretty good at the game. I say that because there are so many people who simply are not. So it's noteworthy. So Copper Plangonga, again, is unique to this game. He is a subspecies, needless to say, of Plangonga that lives in the desert. There is no ice function relating to this Plangonga. And he is honestly more fun than his ice counterpart. Let's hope that whoever's hosting this is not just terribly connected to me. But yeah, I won't have to worry about bouncing or anything like that. At least not until I reach green sharpness. But yeah, the Melink's tool is more or less the best paralysis sword and shield of the game. Keeping in mind that Death Grip does exist in this game, it's called Death Prize. But it's not really that good of a weapon, as I recall. I mean, it's good for hiring, certainly. Like, for Freedom 2, great weapon, but not sure about this game. You can now see why I pulled out my shield. I do have speed sharpening here, so there's no real reason for me to not sharpen up to wire. Come on. Hello, potato. Into the trap. At once. As you can see, Arx isn't very interested in losing DPS to stand by the trap. As you do. That's the problem. If no one wants to commit to it, then it encourages those who were previously committing to cease committing. And it's just... that's what happens. That's the team environment. I'm staying away from the head, obviously, for Arx's benefit. And he backed away into the trap, which worked perfectly. I'll stay around the back legs, I suppose. I'm not doing much in the way of damage anyway, so I'll just focus on hitting him and getting paralysis build-up. I mean, I'm doing fine damage, it's just not the point of this weapon. The point of this weapon is to get paralysis build-up. I believe that paralysis is... oh, there you go, 380. That's a pretty high value for paralysis. Please don't shoot me. I'll go back to my back legs, which I'm bouncing on at this time. I think it's the tail that I'm bouncing on. I don't know if it's the rump or the tail. Getting some good knockdowns here. There's something is different about my stream setup. I don't know if you're saying that jokingly, but yeah, this is being recorded on PC, so of course it's different. Yeah, right. See, I don't know what's a joke and what's not with you sometimes, potato. Well, there you go. Again, pressing the wrong fucking button to skip. Sort of ruins the immersion when I do that. Oh yeah, no jacket as well. Well, there you go. I mean, people... this is the funny thing. You guys being so familiar with me wearing the jacket really just shows that you haven't watched me in the summer months yet. Because there is no jacket during, like, maybe 4 months of the year. For the reason that it's too damn hot. Yeah, I'll stare into your soul. Well, I apologize that it's not just me looking at you or making eye contact, it is in fact staring into your soul, as you describe it. That's pretty intense. I wasn't looking to... oh, there goes Arx breaking off. There is a theory to that. Oh, no, what that is him just checking the chat, actually, after the hunt. And I might check the chat myself. And give him a Putin boy for that. But yeah, I would say that's fairly impressive. Alright. So we will do another random hunt there. It is a good system. It wasn't always in Hunsterverse, but it's quite nice. And then Fever. Arx has been given Naked Hunting Horn. I've been forced to not carve the Vespoid Queen. Oh my god. No carves from Vespoid Queen. I mean, I can live with that. Yeah, I've been given two weapons. Well, actually, both are greatsword. I will carve. Oh, God. Again, the webcam's in the way of my typing. Well, not miserable, she's a monster that is barely worth fighting. Let's do Gathering. Oh, there must be... Does she appear in the old swamp? In a Gathering quest? Is that what he's trying to say? Possibly. Whatever he says. He probably knows more about the spawning habits of a Vespoid Queen than I do. Arx is a person who plays Freedom Unite and basically nothing else. That's what he does. You can see now why natural light dictates so much of this recording. Like, I've lost a little bit now, and that might come back at any time, but you can see it's much darker now, and... yeah. It's annoying. It's very, very annoying, I have to tell you, but... I thought I'd give it a try today, and now we're back again. See what I mean? It's like the lights have been turned on in the heavens. It's constantly fluctuating. Alright, I've been given Greatsword, so let's go and equip Greatsword, I suppose. I can only assume that Vespoid Queen is primarily weak to fire, so I will bring Tiostra del Sol, which is indeed a fire Greatsword in this game. It was turned into a blast greatsword in 4 Ultimate. Oh, what the fuck is going on? This crap again. Who's getting kicked? Peak, Guildhall 8. Hello? So who took my space? Neos. Get out of there. So basically what they've done, I used to be able to kick people when I wasn't in the room, but now they don't let me do that. Like, Zach has fucked with the system such that he even has the gall to say, you must have been in that guild hall for some time. Bullshit. I've been in that guild hall for like an hour. So I've been in there for some time. Fucking ass. What kind of implementation is that? I've never been so pissed by a change to the system. Pisses me right off. I literally had that system, the vote to kick, not the vote to kick system, but the one vote kick system, implemented for that very reason. for that very reason, and now I can't even do it. And the reason why that's a problem has just been shown. Fortunately, Arx has a 1-vote kick, but sometimes you can play with people who are just downright brain dead and would happily depart on a quest without the person who actually made the room. They would happily do that. So, really, it's inappropriate to change the system that way. Alright, gonna put this shit away, I don't need it. And I'll bring hot drinks, although they are not necessary for this hunt. They will be necessary in the future, eventually. I don't know where they are in my... No, stop with this! I'm all hot and bothered now after that fucking crap. Alright, should be good to go. I do have my appropriate skills, yes I do. Alright, let's get out of here. And yes, I will be carving, because I don't have that much Vespoid Queen stuff. And that's right, Potato. I'll bring a map just for fun. Apparently Vespoid Queen appears in this location. I've never fought Vespoid Queen here, but apparently she does appear. I don't know if it's in the quest info. Yeah, Vespoid Queen is one of the main monsters, along with the young Cutco. I will assume that the same thing has to be done in this quest here, in this gathering quest, as you would do in the main hunt, and that is to kill a sufficient number of Vespoids to get her to appear, but that may not even be the case. We'll see. I'll see what's going on. I will follow Arx's lead. Looks like Jean has found... Well, I can assume that he's found young Cutco. Yeah, that's right. As you can see... Oh, it looks like Vespoid Queen spawns automatically. Well, this is the ideal hunt if we want to find a G-rank Vespoid Queen. We don't have to kill any Vespoids in the meantime. Look at that. Oh, I have fought her here. It's been a long time, though. Oh, fuck it. Well, that's one way to trivialize the hunt, yeah. It's already so easy, and then we're gonna flash bomb. Sorry if I hit you at all. No, 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 no. It's a huge fucking wyvern fight. I'm not in need of that. This music is very 2 DOS. Or no, it's not, sorry, this is 1st gen music. It's getting confused with a different theme. As you can see, she moves around a lot. It is not pleasant to use a greatsword against this monster. Oh, Arx got killed. That's pretty funny. I bet he's pissed off about that. Well, maybe not pissed off, maybe he finds it funny, but still. Really? Okay, fine. Apparently we're not going to fight her legitimately. And she's dead. Maybe that was an intentional return to camp. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I've got no idea. I will be carving though. I don't care what you say. It's only a 2 carve. There seems to be... Oh, no, never mind. There's a gathering point there. Okay. Yeah, a bit of a nothing hunt, as I'm sure you would all agree. Oh, this fucking guy. He's not supposed to be smiling, but someone's edited him to be smiling. It's fucking creepy. Okay, random hunt. Jim. What's the other guy again? Keep forgetting his name. What is it? Fever. Hammer, no healing items. Okay. Arx is forced to use heroics. This is a bit of a mess. I will go light bowgun, because we don't want 2 hammers and a hunting horn. That's a mess. There aren't really many rewards to take here. Well, there are many rewards, just none worth taking, that's the point. Potato, I told you. You asked that question before. You said, if I buy you Final Fantasy XIV, will you play it? The answer is no. So don't do that. This is not the first time you've asked the question. I would not. Alright, I should go to the farm and get some honey. Haven't done that in a while. A much more efficient system as compared to first gen. I'm going to try and not compare this to first gen, but it really is so much cleaner than first. I mean, people look at this game and they're like, oh, this is old and stinky, ew. No. This is really polished and clean compared to what I'm used to. Alright. So, light bow gun. Tigrex. Tigarex. What would be fun? So I've got, that's cluster shot. That's pellet. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Thunder. Yeah, I'll just use this. This is fine. Alrighty, so Tigrex. I think G3, yes. Let's do the 2 Tigrex quest. I think that would be more fun. I think that'd be more fun. Well, no, let's do the single. We'll just keep it simple. Keep it to 1. I'm being told that I don't have any bullets, which is, it's nice that they actually let you know. Imagine departing without any bullets at all, that'd be a bit of a waste of time. Alright, so thunder shots. We will bring combination materials for them. Should still be flash bugs in this game. Yes. Based on the number that I have. Well, I suppose that could also be for flash bombs, but... do I still have huskberries in the inventory? Let's check. I do not. What's he testing? Oh. I'm not going to force him to use heroics. One does not need to live and die by the results given by the random hunt roulette. It's just for fun. Like, if it's not fun to use heroics, then don't bother. As far as I'm concerned, if you need to test the... If you actually need to undergo testing to ensure that you can actually activate it properly before going on the hunt, I mean, no, who could be bothered? It's fine to do it in other circumstances, but not here when we're actually all ready to hunt. Looks like he is happy to join without doing heroics then. I'm glad. Okay. So I also want to bring Pierce, I think. Don't know what would be the most appropriate Pierce to bring. Let's just bring Pierce 2. I think Pierce 3 will be too slow on the reload. This bowgun reloads pretty slowly, and I don't think I want to have to deal with that on Pierce 3. If the gun's already got slow reload and you're reloading Pierce 3, you better believe it'll be a slow process. So, there we go. Onward. Now, at no point did I actually think about whether or not I needed hot drinks, which is precisely why I already put them in my inventory in the past. This should hopefully give you a clearer understanding of why I bother doing that. You know, putting... Oh, he is doing heroics, okay. Well, do what you will. Now that'll activate it, but... Yes, but... Oh, I see. Yeah, the red health is a concern, of course. That should be enough. I suppose it's better to let him host too. That's why he pinged. He wanted me to let him host, and it is appropriate to do that because he is in need of the best possible connection to the monster, given the challenge that he has set for himself. Or that the random hunt roulette has set for him. Fuck's sake. Again, bad habits from using heavy bowgun. I should have just sheathed and dived. That would have been a much more appropriate course of action. Hey, Autonomic. I'm trying not to hit arcs, because if he's charging his hammer and I hit him, it will flinch him and he won't be charging anything anymore. And that is the reality. You can see how slow the reload is with even elemental shots. You can imagine how it would be with Pierce level 3. See, Arx is avoiding me there. Rightly so. I'm going to try and not shoot him. I really will actively avoid that. That would be an example of the environment pushing the monster into me. Fuck's sake. That's one annoying thing about the environment. It is the fact that sometimes the monster will move, and then because it can't continue in a forward direction, it will move to the side. Into you, oftentimes. At least that's how it is with me. Oh, Arx is... Oh, Arx had been healed by someone. Some fucking dick pulled out life powder. I didn't even realize. I mean, everyone should be aware of the fact that he's running heroics, yet life powder was used. Why? What ignorant fool did that? It's an insult. I mean, the guy's actually wasted the time. Maybe some people wouldn't consider it to have been a waste of time. I consider it to be. He's wasted the time to do heroics. And some guy's fucking life powdered him after all that. What a nightmare. Someone really needs to try better with their flash bombs too. Here we go. I'm not aiming for the head here, because I do not want to hit Arx accidentally. While he's charging his hammer, it would be terrible to do that. Alright, if we can get him in this trap, this would be great. Really great. Oh, sorry, Arx. You did walk into me. There's not much I can do if you walk into me like that. Yep, there's another trap. Of course, no diminishing returns in this game when it comes to traps. So you can place down as many as you want. Now, it's very important that if you're not the host, see what happened to Jean right there? The nature of this game is that even if the monster should fall into the trap before hitting you, you can be hit and then the monster will snap back into the trap. It's really annoying. It's just how the connection of the game works. So you have to be very careful when standing behind a trap, particularly if you're fighting something like a Tigrex, which runs forward and jumps forward and all of that. Monsters like Rajang and Tigrex, you need to put considerable distance between yourself and the trap. Otherwise you might get hit. It's not a problem if you're hosting. See? Look at what happened there. That should not have hit Arx. He should have been safe from that. Not his fault. The trap should have caught Tigrex, but there is a delay in the trap actually working, and Arx should have been the host there. So the fact that that still hit him is crazy. I am honestly shocked to see that, but whatever. Again, I just wouldn't even bother with heroics. It's just stupid. It's fine for certain hunts. Nothing wrong with heroics against a Fatalis or something that you can reliably hit consistently without getting hit by it. Especially like, you know, ranged heroics with a bow or a bow gun, but really, with a hammer against a Tigrex, there's just no point. But he gave himself the challenge. And I suppose he deserves respect for that at least. Of course, the Freedom Unite community is very much flash happy. They've been taught to just throw flash bombs to succeed, and it is true that it does result in success. It's just, it gets a bit fucking boring after a while. There are certain people who play this game who refuse to allow for flash bombs to be used across the board, regardless of what monster it is. Like, even if it's a Rathalos where bringing a flash bomb is a genuinely good idea, yeah, they actually do not allow it. They're like, if you throw a flash bomb, I'm leaving. So, yeah, and rightly so, to be honest, because if you play with this community for long enough, it does get entirely, manifestly boring. Anyway, I'm sure you can now all appreciate what it means to be reliant upon natural lighting, because the way in which lighting has fluctuated during this recording is pretty intense. There will be certain days when it's consistent, but today's not one of those days, so. That, by the way, is your second-gen version of the hammer upswing. It's the level 2 charge on the hammer. Didn't take too long to finish it, though. We are doing decent damage as a team. Let's get our next quest on the go. Arts. And I keep forgetting this guy's name. It is Fever. Heavy bowgun against Terra Shogun Senator. Very well. We're getting all of the Freedom Unite subspecies today. The ones that are, when I say Freedom Unite subspecies, I mean the ones that are unique to the game, that do not appear in future games. It's actually really good. Oh, well, I do need combination materials for Thunder, actually. Well, unless, well, we'll see what we do. I've already used the Lao Shan Lung heavy bowgun, so I might not use that. Might use Pierce or something. We'll see what I... Actually, I'll go normal heavy bowgun. That would be fun. And now, the light has returned. Only to wane again. It's this going... I'm going to try and not draw attention to it. I think it's quite clearly waning, so I'm not going to draw attention to it any further than that. Alright, so this... You'll see some of these armor sets have less skills than they should. The reason why is because you do actually need to move decorations back and forth. Armor sets in this game do not automatically shift decorations according to what has been registered in the set slot. So you do actually need to manually change that. It's very annoying, but it is how things are. Okay, I need to remember what I'm moving here. I think it's in the... No, it's not. What am I... I don't even know what I'm moving. I think I'm supposed to add... I think what I want to do is remove from the... From a chest piece, is it? It's the flying jewel. We want to move that flying jewel and put it in the chest piece, I think. Is that right? I think so. There we go. I mean, see, you have to actually do crap like that. It's really annoying. That's what it means to play old Monster Hunter. You do not often see people running normal heavy bowgun in this game, by the way. It's uncommon. That's what I'm doing. Dark-shelled Senator. So I've talked about... I often reference Terra Shogun Senator in relation to Rust Razor Senator. The reality is that Rust Razor is a return to Terra Shogun Senator in spirit. because, as you know, Rust Razor Seanator does make use of jet water beams out the shell, which is actually something that this monster does. So, more of a water element, some species of Seanator. That's how it works. Someone's pulled up the weaknesses. Roughly the same as regular Seanator. Resistances might be a little different. Not too sure. As you can see, Gene is more of a Gunlance guy. He's been using Gunlance fairly consistently. I don't think he's used anything else, actually. But whatever he finds to be enjoyable. Again, I've talked about it before, but Gunlance is not something that I can use consistently. I come to think of it, I don't think he's actually been following... Yeah, I guess he hasn't been following what's been set for him for each random hunt. Yeah, he has not been. He has not been doing that. He probably isn't even reading the chat, to be honest. I'd say that's what's going on. Yeah, Rust Razor is one of those deviant monsters that just does not have a clear, distinct appearance as compared to regular Seanator. Or as compared to its original counterpart. Hellblade, Rust Razor, those sorts of monsters almost look the same as the original. But when you fight them, you find that they are quite different. Although I will say that Rust Razor looks different enough when you get him into his enraged mode. When his shell changes and he extends those much longer razors on his pincers and all that. Don't know what Gene's doing, but I guess in the meantime we can chat. Well, someone sent a cat fact in the chat. Don't know why that's necessary. I'll give him 2 minutes. That's the fair thing to do. I'm going to join him. Or join them in their gesticulations. Let's... where is it? I'm so used to it being rant, but it's frustrated in this game. You can't really see it, because I understand the... Chat is blocking it, but yeah. Not at this time. Autonomic. Oh, the bottle's out of reach. I don't have it at this time. But yeah. That was a great beer. I enjoyed that yesterday. I will get some more soon. I just didn't really want to have it back to back, 2 days in a row. You can have too much of a good thing. Alright, I think it's time for us to depart. This is getting fucking ridiculous. I would rather not 3-man, but if this guy wants to randomly disappear, that's how it has to happen. I won't drink a hot drink. Shogun Seanator, or Terra Shogun Seanator, does go into the cave areas that require hot drinks, but it's not really necessary to drink one now because we're not going to be fighting him in a cold area for a little while yet. Now this bowgun's actually pretty good. It looks pretty basic, doesn't it? But very high damage, 524 attack value. You can do the necessary conversions to true raw if that means more to you. But yeah, it's a very good bowgun. It required something like 30 melange ore, which is ridiculous. Like, that's a lot of melange ore. But, yeah. Well, he's obviously not feeling too well either. Valhalla. because he wasn't moving a muscle. I will be aiming for the... Oh. That was a sleep, but as you can see, it's very easy to interrupt a sleep in this game. Very easy. It's not recommended that you even bother with sleep, I have to tell you. I was ready to... like, I stopped attacking. I could see that the music had... or I could hear the music had stopped, and I could see that the monster was basically stationary in that moment. Again, see, it just... like, what is the point, Arx? Why did you bring a sleep weapon? Why do you do this thing? It's far too easy to interrupt it in this game. And he knows that very well. He mostly plays this game. He doesn't really play other Monster Hunter games, but seriously. Well, that moss swine's going to have to live with... This is actually stupid. I'm just going to try to ignore the sleep that is repeatedly taking place, because clearly this sword and shield that he's using has high sleep value. But yeah, that moss swine's going to have to live with being ignored. I think really what it comes down to is that he's looking for attention. Actually, he's dead now that I see. He's lying on the ground. And there is no life in him. See that laser beam coming out? Water laser. Laser beam, I say. Water beam is really what I should be saying. There's no laser present. We can call it that if we want to find a way to describe it in a metaphorical sense. Enunciate Doomlink if you possibly can. Oh, hello, look who's back. One shot. Out you go. Is he leaving? Sometimes he does just hang around underground for a little while. I don't know if it's an AI error or what. Can't fucking see anything. And if that's disagreeable to you, to have the camera just completely shit itself like that, it's nothing compared to first generation, I have to tell you. That is an incredible improvement from what you used to have to deal with in first gen. In first gen, you just... Wall collision was entirely out of your control. There was nothing you could do. It was just a mess. And that was all that could be said of it. I believe that Terra Shogun moves in this direction. If I'm remembering correctly. I usually fight Terra Shogun Senator in the... Yes. I usually fight Terra Shogun Senator in the second gen swamp. Because that is where you fight Terra Shogun and regular Shogun together. Why did I do that? It was a pretty dumb thing to do. Yeah, heavy bowgun rolls here are very effective, courtesy of evade distance up. That is the way I do things with heavy bowgun. I don't think it's appropriate at all to use regular rolls with heavy bowgun, because you're spending more time rolling than shooting the monster. Well, that's not usually true. What I mean to say is that you're spending more time than you should be rolling instead of hitting the monster. So, yeah, I think that evade extender really is the best way to go for DPS. There's another sleep. Honestly. Can you please stop having those shots sail over his head like that? Go. Good head opportunity there. If this ear prey can get out of my fucking way. You can see the ear prey are having a party. They're really excited by all the attention that they're getting at this point. They're excited by the action, is really what I meant to say. Get out of the way. Of course, the best shot type to kill small monsters with is normal. Needless to say, Pierce is totally useless. Pellet is here and there. Or not here or there, I should say. I've had to heal a lot, I will admit. Oh. Generally what you want to do is you want to roll to his rear through his back leg if you want to avoid the arm swing. That's generally the best way to do it consistently. We don't want to be shooting at point blank range, that is not in any way appropriate for critical distance. Do not want to be hitting that shell. There you go. Even with 3 people, not much of a problem. I don't think I have all that much Terrashogun Senator materials because I think that I sold a lot of them in the past. Almost all of what I had, from memory. But I might have acquired enough to have a decent amount by now. Because I've definitely fought a bit of Shogun Senator. He's a monster that a lot of people want to hunt. Yeah. Well, I mean, admittedly, someone's getting increased damage on the wake-up hit every time a sleep takes place, but the idea is to organize it so that you're getting your wake-up hit on a damage zone, instead of it being some random hit. So, yeah. It's a different angle, Beans. This is a PC recording. I don't know if you've seen one before, but this is my PC setup. It's a bit different, but yeah. Same camera. I have no reason to get a better camera than this. But yeah, it's good to be in Freedom Unite. Lots of fun. I don't record it enough. Because of that fucking lighting out there. I hope that you can at least appreciate some of my frustrations when it comes to that. Alright. What's our next hunt? Is Jing still hunting? What's going on with this fucking guy? He's still AFK. Let's just... that's it. You're done, man. Oops. Oh my god. What a shit name. Should be correct, right? What's this underboob business? Oh. Yes, I suppose, well, I wouldn't call that cringe. Not very... it's not poorly drawn. It's not poorly drawn, it's just sort of average. Anyway. That would be my personal assessment of that. Alrighty. So... Oh, let me. Sure, Doppio. I haven't played with Doppio before. Or maybe I have, just a while ago. He's one of the newer players who plays a lot, so he's already kind of high up in the rankings. Let's get a random hunt going. Fever. I'm assuming that Arx is still playing. I haven't really confirmed, but I believe that he is. Oh, Naked Lands. There's no way in hell I'm doing Naked Lands. You've got to be having a laugh. Oh, what is going on in the game? The game froze. I apologize for that. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You were mostly seeing the chat, and you could still hear the game, so that's fine. Actually, I should go to the farm. Yeah, spaced names are not... they're annoying, especially when you're trying to vote to kick them. Maybe it's fine visually, but when you're trying to type it out correctly, exactly as it's supposed to be typed, it's pretty dumb. Get some honey. Home. There you go. Well, it didn't work for him, Potato, I can tell you. He did not avoid being voted out. He's off the island, man. He's out. What am I doing? I'm changing to my lance set. I used to have 2 lance sets, one for guard and one for evade, and then I realized that guard is a waste of fucking time, so I got rid of that set. And it had low defense as well. What are we hunting? I didn't even check what monster we're hunting. Let's see. It's... well, it's up to... Oh, Arx is getting breakfast, is that right? He likely said that in the chat. In the in-game chat, that is to say. Which I do not have enabled. What am I fucking saying? Arx is AFK. Lance is AFK. In that case, we might be able to just get another person in. Breakfast. Yes, I understand that. I'm just, you know... Alright. Now, what is the monster? Let's check. It is... Teostra. Okay. Oh, hold on. Very important. Have to wait for Doppio to send this. Hold on. Bingus, quickly, quickly. Ah. We greet each other with Bingus. That's our daily ritual. Okay. We just stare at each other in this creepy way. Alright. That's not necessarily him saying that he wants to hunt, he's just saying hello. Teostra. Do I want dragon or water? Let's go dragon. Let's go dragon lance. I have a dragon... No, I have a dragon lance, you gotta be joking. You telling me I don't have a dragon lance in this game? Oh, I have it equipped. You fucking idiot. Where's my dragon lance? You've got it equipped, Doomlink. Hello? Seriously. He was concerned that he was sitting alone in the lobby for so long. Alright, Teostra. Teo Teskatoru. We will be fighting him in the volcano. It is better to fight him in the swamp, but the volcano feels a bit more appropriate for that monster. Feels like it's his environment, whereas if you fight him in the swamp, it's like, oh, what's he doing here? Sort of has that feeling to it, you know? I've been told to wait by Fever Lash. Tigrex horn? Is that what he's using? Yeah, I think that... I can't remember if it's an earplug or stamina horn. You're probably right about it being earplugs. Oh, if you could not be frozen, that'd be great. I can't exactly check his horn skills from here. I will assume that you're correct in it being earplugs. Definitely appreciated. What are they going on about? 42 days ago. Yeah, rightio. Oh, this is the guy with the supposed underboob cringe image. Come on, type properly, man. I could always, you know, keep it open for what is this? Oh my god. Oh, that's right, this fucking picture. Yeah, it's basically a cat standing on its hind legs, and then someone's edited a thumbs up. It's fucking stupid, anyway. I've seen the picture before, but he's only recently made it his display picture. What the hell's this about? At everyone. That's actually pretty funny. I haven't seen someone do that before. Oh no, don't start sending cat pictures. Someone... Well, I suppose it could have only been Zach. He invited a fucking cat bot into the server and now people spam cat pictures in Discord. It's pathetic. I mean, really, it's 2021. Do we really need cat pictures? Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Like, it ruins this... I don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to talk about it. Where is everyone? I was told to wait for Fever, but... I mean, I was going to wait for him, but I didn't realize he would take this long. Jeez. It's just as well that I'm so patient, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Apparently my quest disappeared from the board. It did. I don't particularly need quest ownership, I can live without that. Oh, apparently Fever Lash has Demonic Blessing. I forgot the name of the skill point, but yeah, you obviously... I'm assuming that that's a roundabout way of asking what the decoration is to remove it. Because he knows that the only way he can remove it is by getting a decoration or changing his armor set. There is no other way to remove it. So it is protection as a skill point. Yeah, exactly. whoever's bright idea it was to bring a fucking cat picture spamming bot into this server needs a right smack across the back of the head. Because it's stupid. It achieves nothing. It does not actually in any way improve the Hunsterverse experience. It's basically just adding further clutter to what is already a thoroughly cluttered chatting experience. So, yeah. Whoever thought that was a good idea, you can do better. And if you can't, then I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry that you can't do better than that. And I know precisely who I might be referring to in saying that. What's going on? I understand that Fever is trying to fix an armor set, but who's to say that I'm willing to wait? Really, I mean, I'm not, to be completely honest, but I suppose I'm forced to wait. There we go, he's joined. Let's depart with 3. I'm not going to wait for a 4th because I've waited enough for the 3rd guy to join, so let's get out of here. I will admit that I take no pleasure in fighting a Teostra with a lance and with a guy using a hunting horn when there are only 3 people. Valhallan, I find it very strange that you seem to be so 5th gen focused. How did you find this livestream? I guess you watch me, but you're very 5th gen focused for watching a Freedom Unite livestream. It's very strange. To forget that negative skill points were a thing is like... I don't know how you can forget that was a thing. Unless you play a whole lot of 5th gen and not much else. Annoyingly, you can see that my... I don't even know how to describe that. That big feather on the back of my helmet is clipping through my lance. Oh, current gen livestreams are a waste of time. I mean, current gen is a waste of time, so you can imagine that the content would be very much in the same vein. Oh, that was nice. So basically he was flinched, and so he just immediately hit the ground. You can see the range of that tail is quite impressive. Yeah, hoping for a flinch there. This is a fucking big Teostra, by the way. This is probably a gold crown large. He is huge. Absolutely gigantic. Thank you for the high grade earplugs. Oh, let's get close to that head. I'll be trying to hit the head as much as I can. Hoping not to be flinched by Mr. Dual Blade Extraordinaire over here. I was getting ready for an evasion there, but unfortunately the jump came much too fast for me to evade through. That was a lag compensate. Oh no, someone must have hit the head there. How can we all not gang up around the head when I'm a lance user? I'll just hit the fucking front leg. That'll do me. It is safer to just hit the front leg here, so I will do so. Yeah, absolutely autonomic. As you well know, I've been expressing that time and time again. When a person who is only familiar with 4th and 5th gen watches the older games, they realize just how fucking recycled the monster list is. They don't understand it. If they haven't played the games, they don't understand it. But if they watch the games, they might begin to understand what it means to hunt the same monsters for 5 generations of Monster Hunter. It's ridiculous. There's no reason for it. There is, I guess there's a reason. You experience the monster that you're familiar with, but with a new engine, I suppose. But, I mean, there's certainly an argument for it. It's just that I don't agree with it. I can appreciate where people are coming from, and I certainly have felt the same way in the past, but you just have to at some point realize we need to hunt new stuff. And for the most part, they did a good job with that in Monster Hunter Rise, I will say. One of the only good things about Rise were the unique monsters that first appeared in that... Oh, for fuck's sake. The monsters that appeared in Rise for the first time were for the most part pretty good, but everything else about the game was a mess, so... Unfortunately, that detracted from the overall experience to the point where the monsters being good really didn't mean anything. Which is incredible, but that's how bad it was. Unfortunate as that is. Can we not? Now, of course, sharpness +1, very important with all Fatalis weapons, and that really does ring true for 4th gen as well. There goes, well, I was about to say, there goes the natural line, and then it returned immediately. And it's going again. Trying to keep away from this hunting horn guy. As the lance user, as I'm sure you can appreciate, I'm trying to keep the hell away from everyone. I mean, really, what's the point? Look at this, I can't even deal damage. Good knockout. Oh, I'm stuck at the wings. Okay. I do have ESP on this set, for very good reason. The reality is that a lance does pierce through the monster, so sometimes you can end up hitting something that you would be bouncing off, even if you're not aiming for that part of the monster, because you do sort of pierce through with the lance weapon type. So ESP, or in other words, Mind's Eye, is very important to have. So the best way to approach this is just to farcast, because Teostra rotates to this area down here. Now, I don't particularly want to solo him for a while, but I think that's how it's going to play out. While these guys slowly make their way to this position. Oh, you land over there. It's actually better to fight her over here, him over here. It's not fucking Lunastra. Get yourself over here. No, 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 no. Okay, yes. Do that. Don't do that. I think he's leaving. You're wasting our time. You are well and truly wasting our time. Particularly my time. You're also wasting my Farcaster. Anyway. What are you doing, Teostra? What's going on? You've gone over there. Good on you. Congratulations. Whatever. That's what we're having to deal with today. I was pinged by someone about something in Hunsterverse. Don't know what. I would imagine that it was about something. I'm sure that there was content to the ping, but I suppose it's technically possible that someone would ping you and then not include a message, but yeah. What I was trying to outline was that to say that I was pinged by someone about something was really unnecessary for me to outline. It's not going to be a full flinch, sort of a half flinch. Head flinch? Very good. That's a full flinch, where he's actually on the ground like this. But yeah, the key with Lance in this generation of Monster Hunter is to not use the shield. Occasionally it will be useful to... Oh, I couldn't get out of the way of that. I will use the shield in this situation. Again, sometimes it is appropriate to use it, but you don't want to be reliant on it. You want a set that will make use of evasion maneuvers rather than, you know, having your set predicated on the shield by giving yourself guard up and guard plus skills and such. Because again, shielding is just not that appropriate in this game. You don't have counter and counter capabilities. Being able to counter with a shield was a big deal in 3rd generation. Changed the Lance forever. I'm sure some would be of the opinion that it was made too easy to succeed with the Lance as a result. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sure some people are of the opinion that the Lance was made too strong because of countering. But for me, it fixed the Lance, in a way. Don't you dare. I think he can hit me from this. Oh no, he's not enraged, so there you go. His head is broken. By the way, this will be a long hunt. I didn't really outline that, but for anyone who's not familiar with a G-rank Elder Dragon in old Monster Hunter, these things have a lot of health. That is the reality, so if you're expecting a quick hunt, it's not going to happen. It's going to be a long drawn-out process, as it should be with Elder Dragons, really. Probably didn't need a shield then, honestly. And I won't complain about being sent flying. You're not allowed to complain about being sent flying when you're standing by the head and there's a guy with an impact weapon. I'm allowed to complain if it's a guy with dual blades, but anyway. Yeah, the horns are broken, which is a testament, at the very least, to how frequently we're hitting the head, which furthermore indicates that we're hitting the weak point frequently. So lots of damage is being dealt, which is great. Now, it's worth mentioning that if Doppio was the only one hitting the head, let's say for instance that no person except for Doppio hit that head, those horns would not have broken because you do require a dragon element to break them. But fortunately we are running dragon, so that's not an issue. I do think the team's pretty good. I definitely have no qualms about the team. I will say that Feverless is sort of... Well, no, he's fine. He was flinching me, but to be honest, flinching the Lance guy is something that everyone's guilty of. Doesn't matter how good you are at the game. It's very easy to flinch the Lance guy, so... I won't complain, and I certainly won't make an assessment of his skill based on whether or not he's flinched me as the Lance user. That would be thoroughly unfair. Tried to evade that, actually. Was unable to do so. No! Bastard creature. actually. I shouldn't have healed here because, as you can see, fortunately, where Doppio was Teostra's target in that moment. But because Doppio was quite close to me there... Oh, fuck. Because he was quite close to me there was a high chance that Teostra was going to run in that direction next, so I shouldn't have healed while standing there. That is the point. You know, the whole reason why I'm back here, Feverlass, is so that I'm not attacked by either you or the Hunting Horn guy. And yet here I am getting attacked by you. Okay. I mean, really, what would you have me do? Apparently I can't shield that. I did have my shield raised, I successfully shielded it in the past, so... I don't know. Apparently, not good enough this time. And I don't really know why. There might be something in the box here. But yeah, an Elder Dragon hunt in 2nd generation Monster Hunter is serious business. It takes a while, takes good team coordination, and it takes a bit of resilience and persistence. Which is indeed the way it should be. Elder Dragons were made far too easy in the newer games, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's very bizarre. I don't think he's stopping in that spot. I think he's continuing south from here. Southwest, specifically. Yes, he is. That's fine. I'm not going to drink a cool drink because I want to host this next one. Very good. Yeah, good flash bomb. Fuck, that was clean. He knew exactly what was going on there. Now, you generally don't want to flash bomb a Teostra, but that was actually really effective. That was one of the rare effective uses of flash bombing against a Teostra. The reality is that what Teostra is doing right now is precisely why you don't flash bomb a Teostra. He becomes very unpredictable. He will randomly jump around the place. It's just terrible. But for the opportunity that we were given just before, it was an effective flash bomb. I don't really want to fight Teostra here. For fuck's sake. Yep, why do I bother, you know? Why do I fucking bother? If I were the Hunting Horn guy, I would have repositioned myself out of pity for the Lance guy, but no pity today. I shouldn't be expecting pity, honestly. But I am trying to deal good damage, and that's how I felt would have been the most appropriate way to go about dealing the best damage. You know, hitting the head with a dragon weapon. Better get away. Oh. Oh, well, if me being tripped by the Hunting Horn guy is in any way entertaining, then at least someone's getting something out of it. I'm certainly not getting anything out of it. But I am here recording for the entertainment of people, so... You know, if that's at least achieving something, then great. This is not a good place to fight a Teostra. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I did fucking evade right there, but apparently it's not good enough. The attack up is very good though, I will say. Very much appreciating that. Oh no. We're in danger of failing, unfortunately. One death away from failure. That is what we're having to now deal with. Let's stop fighting him there. I mean, it is a terrible place to fight a Teostra. We do not have the mobility necessary to deal with a Teostra if we're standing in those lava corridors. It's stupid. If Doppio gets fucking comboed here. Come over here. I understand that he's trying to heal at this moment, but I'm making sure that he realizes that this is where he needs to go. Come on, man. What are you doing? And don't be tempted to attack him there. We cannot continue fighting him there. I mean, you do realise that if he turns in your direction, it's not going to be helpful for anyone. And if he starts following Fabulous, well, we're going to have a problem. It's Fever. But please, over here. Over here. Do you understand why I'm doing this? Seriously. I'm doing this because we are one death away from failure. We need to be careful. We can't be fighting him in a corridor. It's not smart. Thank you. Dopion knew what I wanted, but he was unwilling to follow through with that because he was too tempted to attack the monster while he had the opportunity to do so, which is not necessarily bad in and of itself, but you have to strike a balance between being effective when you're given the chance and investing in the future. When I say investing in the future, I mean positioning ourselves so that the future hunt, what we're doing for the rest of the hunt, will be taking place in this spot, not over there. Oh. Now, a fully optimized team of 4 G-rank hunters would be able to kill Teostra in this time at full health. But we are a slightly suboptimal team of 3, so that's not going to be happening. We may very well end up... Oh, I did dive there. I certainly did dive. But yeah, we may end up repelling. If we do repel, we'll do it again and then kill him, because he'll have very little health. If we do end up repelling, I do have to say that he won't have much health left on the repel. Very good. Now please don't position yourself in such a way as to hit me. I'm trying to get out of your way. Get over here. Which he does on command. Doppio's connection right now is complete shit, as you can clearly see. He's a fucking phone user, that's why. That's his first problem. Second problem is that his connection sucks. Ugh. Sometimes Teostra will get into this mode where he just wants to run endlessly for a while. That was not what I was talking about, but still. It reminded me of it. Sometimes he'll just run for ages. And it's really annoying when he does that. And he's leaving. I'm thinking that we might end up with the repel. I believe that it's 25 minutes for a repel. Oh god, where have you gone? Over there. They're going the wrong way. So we'll be doing that thing again where I solo him for a little while. It didn't end up happening last time, which is what I was expecting, but this time it will happen. Unless he flies right to the top, which I don't think will happen. No. Hello. As you can see, if I were to just run, I wouldn't have made it. I had to dive. That was my only option. Oh, now they're really confused. Now they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do not need to be flinched like that. Yeah, I couldn't possibly have Doppio host. That would be really bad if he joined the room first. The Teostra would be glitching all over the place. Fever is in trouble. He's pinging. He's taking the time to ping instead of getting himself out of a dangerous situation. Forget the ping and heal yourself. Really. I do not have life powders on me at this time. There you go. Took some time, but full health Teostra is dead. We don't have to worry about a repel, which is the ideal situation. I don't want to have to live with a repel, because then we'd be fighting him again, that's the point. I'd say that was reasonably well done. We did have a hunting horn guy there. The benefit of a hunting horn playing attack up large is definitely reduced when there are only 2 people taking advantage of it. You could technically say that the hunting horn guy is taking advantage of the increased damage, but hunting horn does fuck all in regards to damage, so the best scenario is for the hunting horn user to be using a hunting horn with 3 people to take advantage of the buffs. Only 2 people were there to take advantage of it, so really, not only were we, I guess, handicapped by having only 3 hunters against this monster, we were furthermore handicapped by the fact that one of them was using a fucking hunting horn. So there you go. I got a big older dragon gem for that. I think I deserve one. I got a hard Teostra horn and a big older dragon gem. I'm happy. I definitely deserve that. I don't really need big older dragon gems anymore. Not for anything specific. I'm sure I could get some use out of them, but I'm not desperately in need for them. Or in need of them, rather. But yeah. That worked out rather well. I'm happy that we got that done in one hunt. I'm actually going to go to the bathroom, then I will return. I'm going to let these guys know. BRB, I'll say 3 minutes. I'll say 4 minutes because I'll have to, you know, mess around with the green screen and all this to... Basically, I have to dismantle my setup partially to get to the bathroom because of the nature of this setup. It's a bit annoying. Anyway, I'll be back in... well, in as short of a length of time as possible. See you in a bit. And I'm back. Alrighty, right. So, let's touch base with my hunters here. Let's see what they're doing. Is everyone still hunting? I'd like a fourth person. Maybe Arx is back. I don't know. Doppio has to eat. So, it's probably just me and Fever for now. I'm gonna CSQ to see what other people are doing. Is Daigor still in his room? For fuck's sake, man. What are they even doing? Well... I don't know. Gonna confirm that Fever's still hunting. But I'm in the mood to continue further. I'm enjoying myself here in Freedom Unite at the moment. So the show will go on. That it shall. Or at least for as long as it can. If no one wants to hunt with me, then it will not go on, I suppose. Well, in the meantime, I suppose I can eat. And also collect honey. Fever is still hunting, which is good. We can keep things simple if it just ends up being the two of us. We can just do easy hunts. In that case, I will remake the room, actually, just so that I have true quest host. That should give me, yes, true quest owner. This is what I need for 1 vote kicks. 2 slots for random G rank hunts. Alrighty. I will leave that in their hands. It's getting so bright outside that my chroma key is starting to cut into my head. So I will drop that back a little bit. Let's go to the feline kitchen. But yeah, this degree of brightness outside is ideal, that's what I want. And I want to consistently be this way. Oh god. See that thing? Hold on, I need to do something with that. I don't know if you can see, but there's this. It's right here. This right here? I need to get rid of that. It's being caused by one of my room lights. Yeah, you can see it right there quite clearly. It's been visible, just not that bad. So I'll go and fix that. Would rather not. But what I'll do... let me just join the room just to establish that I'm there. I will clearly sit myself in that room as a member of the room. And then once we have more people, we can establish what we're hunting. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and cover that light with something. I'll be back in just a moment. Alrighty. In much the same regard, my setup is a mess. The fix that I used for that is also really, really bizarre and messy. Okay, now. What's going on? What hunt? Okay, random hunt. I think that's fine, yes. Just making sure there are no typos. Oh, dear. Assassin, I have played with him before, I just don't remember who he is in the chat. He is, we're about to find out. DG Orsted, that's right. Haven't played with him in ages. Orsted, come on. Okay. Just making sure that he's in the chat. Treshul. Treshul will likely just select whatever he wants, because he's not in the chat. Oh, Manta. No, Manta's getting kicked. Sorry, man. I hate having to do this because they never respond. Manta. And random hunt. Oh, he actually... Well, he's gonna have to wait for 2 minutes before he can reconnect. Why would you want to mod Freedom Unite? There's no real reason to. It is possible, people do it. There are texture mods that you can download. But yeah, I wouldn't be doing it. Okay, let's select weapons. Treshul really is not. In-game chat. Fucking... I'm not using in-game chat. Fuck. See random harms, fever, DG. Orsted. And this other fucking guy, Treshul. Two Black Gravios? I've been given Greatsword, my god. Fever has been given Sword and Shield, what a mess. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Well, fine. Oh, that's right, it's not. We're ignoring the monster, that's right. I like how I had just said that we're ignoring the monster that's chosen. And I'm sitting there going, oh no, double Black Gravios with Sword and Shield, ew. For God's sake, Doomlink. Oh, replacing every monster with a Pokemon? That level of modding? No. Well, I'm sure someone can do it, but I'm sure that would require a bit of effort. So I've been given Greatsword, is that right? Yes. As far as what Greatsword I'd like to use, that would be the Kushala Daora Greatsword. Because Rathalos is weakest to ice in this game. I mean, you can mod the monsters. Oh, great. Another fucking sniper. Alonso. Hey, guess what, Alonso? You're getting bloody kicked. I'm not. I don't have time for people who refuse to confirm whether or not there's actually an open space to join. Oh, he left on his own. Seriously. I mean, it is Guildhall A, or Lobby A, whatever they call it, which is where you get sniped the most by people in the community, but the positive thing about that is that we want some of the people who are just joining random rooms to join, because we can't coordinate people who are only in the chat at this point. There aren't enough people who are only in the chat to fill up the room, so we do want some random people who just join random rooms. That's helpful. I don't know if Treshul actually chose the weapon that he wanted to use or not. Well, I don't know if he chose the weapon that was selected for him, or if he just chose a weapon at random. Well, not necessarily at random, more like made his own decision. You know what I mean when I say that. Just getting thrown off by the fucking crap that I'm having to deal with right now just to get a room together. Rathalos. No, stop it. Single Rathalos, where are you? Single Rathalos. Put you away. Top up my Psycho Serums. What else am I missing? Ancient Potion? Yes. That should be fine. I don't know where this guy is. There he is. Sometimes he's a bit slow getting in here. Sometimes. Let's go, man. I'm ready to hunt. Haven't used a greatsword on a Rathalos in this era of Monster Hunter in a while. Might be a bit of fun. If it seems like poor lighting will persist, then I'll just finish the recording, but as you can see, it sometimes looks pretty hopeful, like there's going to be lots of light, and then there isn't. Good luck with that. Well, I'm comfortable with Greatsword. Greatsword's basically my favourite weapon type, except for, well, in regards to the Blade Master weapon types, Greatsword is my favourite, apart from Sword and Shield, but I don't really use Sword and Shield in this game, for the reason that it is very weak. So, I should be fine with Rathalos. I don't even remember where he spawns in this location. I'm so used to fighting him in the forest and hills. I think he starts here. Oh, this is in the old volcano. Aha. I thought this was in the standard volcano. Right here. First gen volcano. Should have topped up my cool drinks, actually. Would have been a smarter decision. Quite a dark ambience in this location. Oh, hello. I think I want you in a shock trap immediately, my friend. I'll ping for the benefit of the team. There is no auto ping, of course, for traps in this game. Well, whoever's hosting this has balls to the wall fucking internet connection. Or at the very least has poor connection to me. I think he might... Oh no. Get in. Oh, Great Sword's very good. Oh my fucking god. Whoever's hosting this needs to not host ever again. That's just not happening. No way in hell. No way in hell. Gonna stay in the air for longer than I was expecting. I don't know if that was a lag compensation flinch there. Oh, I see, it was Prancer shots. As you do. That's some heavy damage right there. Now the annoying thing about Rathalos in this location is that he will actually go to sleep on that island right there. And when he does, you can only wake him up with paintballs, throwing knives, ranged attacks. We don't really have to worry because we've got 2 people on this team. Oh my god. This is just lovely, isn't it? Who's fucking hosting? I bet it's Treshul. Bloody phone user. His connection is so bad that he was killed before the monster could even come down and hit him. What the fuck? This is great. High quality hunt. Just what I like. Okay. Patience is a virtue. That it is. Very nicely done. Settle for a level 2 here. Oh, not even the level 2 was good enough. Please don't do your tail swing. Something rather annoying has happened in my recording setup, but I won't draw attention to it, otherwise you'll notice it and won't be able to unsee it. Liking the flash bombing. As you can see, that tail is so fucking dangerous to be close to during a flash bomb. It's really bad. You don't want to be close to that. It's very bad news. Fortunately, the team's doing lots of damage. That's what's important. We might have lost a guy for a while because he died and had to return to the location where the monster was fighting us, but that was still not a long hunt. Good teamwork. Alrighty. Might do. Oh, someone else did it. It was Fever. Thank you, I suppose. It's just come to my attention that I don't have a fucking random emoji in my name, so I'm not getting additional friendship points when thanking people for hunting. Because it's Halloween, apparently. Apparently on the 1st of October it's Halloween, that's what I understand. Which is great. Really, it's great. It's like a... What's that low frequency sound? Let me mute the game 1 second. Getting a low frequency tone in my earphones. Fortunately, that's not going through to the live stream. Oh, it must be a... I understand what it is. No problem. All good. Because of the nature of these earphones, there's actually a vibration that is being sent from my cable to my ear. I was just worried that there was some sort of low frequency tone in my system audio, so yeah, no problem. That was a bit weird. In fact, that was very weird. Alright. I'm gonna go fix that fucking problem that I was talking about. I'll be back momentarily. Okay. I'm back. Doomlink's back. Earphone in, wherever you might be. There you are. Okay, now for the next hunt. Now, who's in this room again? I have to remember everyone's name. It is Fever, Trash, Orsted. Okay. Hey, you fuck me sideways, man. Okay. So we're doing Operational Tropical Storm. I think it should be Operation Tropical Storm. But anyway, I don't know what that hunt is. Hopefully it's an epic hunt instead of an event. Because if it's an event quest, we probably don't have it. And it's not worth trying to get it. I would definitely be happy to use Gunlance for the next hunt. I haven't used Gunlance yet. Wouldn't be opposed to that at all. I suppose I could do a quick Google search of it. Plum Daimyo Hermitor, Gypsaurus, and Raytheon, but is that an event quest? Let's find out. Because there's no real point in us doing it if we don't have access to it. Well, we won't be able to do it. Aha, we do have it. Cool. And someone was nice enough to show it to me as well. These guys have actually remembered the quest names. As if I'm going to remember something like that. Alright. So, in that case, a Gunlance that would be appropriate for all of those. What's the list of monsters? So... quite frankly, I think I would go shelling. Probably go popcorn. Which is weird, but... it seems to be the most appropriate course of action at this point. Suppose we'll do that. Let's see what I've got. I've got plenty of gun lancers, but I'm just... Yeah, see, I'm still upgrading this thing. This is supposed to be my raw gun lance, but it hasn't been fully upgraded yet. Yeah, I'll have to use popcorn, I think. Because, well, I could go thunder, I think. Yeah, maybe thunder would be appropriate. Let's bring thunder. This is my gun lance set. It's a bit ugly, visually speaking. If you can forgive it for being so ugly. Just gonna skip through this. It's too damn slow. I've got places to go. And places to be. Which really is saying the same thing twice. What's this? Oh. 3 heavy horns and 2 evil eyes. Well, there you go. Yeah, it is Operation Tropical Storm. There was a typo in the random hunt thing. Whatever you call that. I call it a roulette. Which I suppose communicates it accurately enough. There you go. There is everyone. He's all dead. Ashen one. Some Dark Souls 3 player. And Shiro, look at all the snipers. It's sniper heaven today. What's going on? Arx is picking a weapon. I don't think he's got a slot. Actually, I'll get Arx in because there was one guy who wasn't really talking in the chat. So let's get him in. I don't care. Let's get him in. If we can have this group here, these 2 plus Arx, that would be great. I'd be happy with that. Well, I say he wasn't in chat, but... Alright, beautiful. Let's go ahead with that. I'm happy with that. Now again, I still would ideally go forth with a raw gun lance, but I still am in the process of upgrading that gun lance. It's the Plum Daimyo Humator gun lance, ironically. I don't know if I'm in need of Plum Daimyo Humator materials for that gun lance. There's probably other things that I need. No, he's here. Thought he was saying that Tech left the fucking Hunsterverse server. I'm gonna react with a bingus and leave it at that. Where is Arx? What are you doing, man? Being a phone user is what he's doing. It just so happens that I'm a very patient person. That I am. Someone just wrote something in the chat that I will not even immortalize on my live stream. It's disgusting. It's revolting. You don't even want to know. I don't know where Arx is, but he's not currently here. For some reason. I've pinged him to ask him where he is, but There he is. Very good. Oh. Haven't done an epic hunt on camera in a while, actually. It's just a 3-monster hunt. As I understand it, the monsters have reduced health. Okay, fortunately. I thought we were going to get a communications error there. I would have been very unimpressed had that eventuated. Alright. Come on, just reload. I did press the necessary buttons to achieve a reload, but the game was like, nope. Not today. What are we starting with? We've got Plum Diamyometer. I don't even know where you start in this location. I'm going to assume that it's up here. In the area. Get up there. Apparently, oh, I see. He's on the island. That makes sense. Oh no, he's not on the island. He's here. This is where I was expecting him to be. Now, the way you use Gunlance in this game is that you use the shelling capabilities of the Gunlance only to perform an infinite combo. You don't really use shelling for damage purposes. You can use Wyvern Fire for damage purposes, of course. That's still perfectly reasonable. But it is advised to only shell when you want to achieve an infinite combo like so. And is the way you do it. Good knockdown. And of course you hold off on shooting if you're going to blow someone away in so doing. That would be the courteous thing to do. Oh. Try to get out of the way of that. Was unable to do so. Well, I was about to say, we are really shitting on this thing, and it was dead by the time I spoke those words. I think it is quite clear that the health of this monster is reduced. Epic hunts, as you would imagine, are not really difficult, because of the lack of health that the monsters have. Next monster is Gypsaros. I think I know where he starts. He should start in the area just above the camp. In other words, the area that you climb to reach from the camp. That should be where he is. Or where he starts. It's not where he is right now, but he will be there. Oh god, Arx is typing in the chat. That's never a good sign. If he disconnects for that, I don't even know what the hell that means. Can you go away? I'm going to ask you to desist. I could be wrong. Maybe he spawns in that location. It could be the case, but I was quite sure that he spawned here. Oh, he spawns over there. Very well. I'm not surprised that I'm wrong. Hello, Chalsty Foal. Now, I don't believe that thunder is that great of an element for Gypsaros. It's probably fine, it's just nowhere near as good as fire, obviously. Range of that tail. I'm quite sure that I have another Wyvern Fire ready to go. So I will find the appropriate time to... oh. As you can see, the team's doing some pretty ridiculous damage right now. We both had our Wyvern Fires ready to go. That's pretty good. Everything's going rather well, Chalsty. Just hunting with a group of people on Hunsterverse at this time. And we're destroying this monster. Which is normally what happens when you're fighting a Gypsaros with a full G-rank team. That is the standard. Sorry if I hit anyone, seriously. It's just I'm bouncing, so I feel like shelling is the best way to deal damage at this point. A G-rank Gypsaros does have some pretty tough skin. rubber turkey of a monster. Oh, I did end up healing, so I'm going to get myself to full and carve twice. I did intend to crouch carve, but whatever. What is the next monster? Raytheon. We know where she's going to spawn. And it is faster to go this way. No climbing necessary. Falling is necessary. But falling's faster than climbing, as I'm sure you can appreciate. I don't hunt nearly enough Raytheon in this game. It's also quite rare to see the Hypnoc gun lance. I don't think I've seen a successful sleep yet, just as well. Arx seems to be in the mood to use sleep weaponry at the moment. Sorry, Fever. Now, Thunder should still be pretty good with Raytheon. I understand that Dragon's probably best, but Thunder should be good. I might stay away from that head. I don't know if it's worth going towards the head, I just don't want to be flinched by anyone. Such as the hunting horn guy. I'm not too happy about the wind pressure, as you can see. Or as I'm sure you can appreciate, it's fucking me up a lot. Whatever. Not charged up yet for another wyvern fire. I have no comment to make about that. That's ridiculous. Completely, and there goes Arx. I mean, really. I don't think we're at risk of failure. I really don't think so, but that's pretty funny. I'm gonna send an emote in the chat for that one. Definitely. That's ridiculous. I don't know if it's even... Oh, please don't die, Fever. That would be really stupid. If we failed this quest, I don't even know what I would say to that. I'd be very disappointed, first and foremost, and then I would probably engage in some sort of self-depreciation, because I was one of the contributors to said failure. I now should have a wyvern fire ready to go. Which should make contact with this tail, yes. As long as it hits something, it doesn't matter what. It's a binary matter when it comes to damage being dealt by wyvern fire, as I understand it. It either hits or it doesn't. So, yeah, that's a good thing. Well, hello. She will successfully fly away. It would appear. Who threw that flash bomb? It's not Monster Hunter World. What do you think this is? You're throwing a fucking flash bomb that late into the flight. Even if you were to throw it just as she flew, just as she started flying, you'd be pretty hard-pressed to succeed in flashing her out of the air, but to fucking do it that late in the piece... Some sort of Monster Hunter World extraordinaire in our midst today. Don't know what's going on there. What the fuck? Let me get out my flash pods. Very bizarre. It's exceedingly dark, isn't it? Might have to raise the brightness of my room light. Uno momento while I take care of that. if it weren't for the fact that I actually had a compressor active, that would have been pure ear rape. And it probably was still pure ear rape, to be completely honest, but yeah. Now, if the sun starts shining with my light this bright in my room, that's going to cause trouble. It's going to cause a great deal of trouble, actually. But we'll pray that that doesn't happen. I mean, even this is not really good enough lighting-wise, but whatever. There you go, 2 Raytheon rubies. A majestic horn. This is obviously from the Plum Daimyo Hermital. I didn't realize you can get a horn from it. Oh, I suppose you would get that, yeah. And that's where the Diablos materials are coming from, basically. No, we did not hunt a Diablos in the jungle. That did not happen. I don't think anyone's going to contest that. No, I think it's perfectly probable that one would have hunted a Diablos in the jungle. I'm gonna fucking react to that too. Annoyingly, the fix that I've been repeatedly trying to implement to get this to stop appearing is failing terribly. I mean, you guys wonder why I never record PC. I mean, this recording, I would like to think, if you've been watching from start to finish and you've allowed yourself to witness all of what I've had to deal with, I think you'll understand why I don't record on PC. I mean, it's just the number of variables I have to fuck around with, and I mean, you guys don't care, I realise that, but fuck. It's hard, okay? Alright, so Arx is on top of the random hunts at the moment. We're doing 2 Black Diablos. Why? I guess because that's what we've been chosen to do, but I'm not doing no healing items. Alright. So, I will go and fix that crap, by the way. Annoying as it is. But, for the moment... I mean, I don't even want to talk about what I've done to try and fix it. It's so stupid, but... yeah, clearly it's not fucking working. Greatsword. I'm actually going to use the Shen Garden Greatsword for this one, because I've already used the Kushala Daora Greatsword in this recording against the Rathalos. Just going to speed up here. Alright, returning to the room. And I will then go and fix that crap. That absolute shit that is honestly starting to drive me insane. Oh, it's actually... oh, yeah, it's still visible. Okay. I'll be back momentarily. That worked out very well because while I was doing that, the sun returned. So I had to make an adjustment to the room lighting. Oh my god. Why do I do this to myself, honestly? Why do I do this to myself? Don't record on PC, Doomlink. This is what this situation is telling you. Although I do love playing Freedom Unite, I have to tell you. I enjoy it a lot, but it's miserable. Not the game, the recording process is miserable. The black phalanges. Long story short, they're horny. They are horned. There you go. Alrighty. See, if the lighting could be exactly like this, consistently, I'd be a happy guy. But it's not consistently like this. It's absolutely not. So I'm not a happy guy, I'm an upset individual. Not sure what's happening with the team. Still waiting for Orsted to come. Just confirming that he's still hunting. Oh god, here we go. This guy's about to get kicked. Well, if I can get confirmation from Orsted that he's still playing, then that's fine, but if I can't, then maybe I'll let this guy... Okay, cool. Vote to kick. Bond Rude. What kind of name is that? Is that it? Bond Rude. Get out of here. Oh, what? Oh, he must have already left. Oh, he already left. Good. Now, two Black Diablos monsters are not what I would describe as pure enjoyment. Closer to pure misery. But, yeah, that's what we're hunting at the moment. And I'm forced to greatsword them. Well, not really forced, I have been recommended to do so. I've chosen to follow the recommendation of the random weapon selector. I might have this be the last hunt. I'm getting sick of having to play ball with the lighting in the way that I have been doing. Let's start with... Oh, there is an ideal one to start with. I think it might be the one over here. Because otherwise the one that's north, I think, rotates into this area, so we want to start with the other one. Unless Arx wants to start with that one. Please don't host, ask... Actually, no. Should be... No, I think Arx is now hosting. This is bad. I saw his connection to me, it was not the best. You don't want fucking phone users to be hosting either. Anyway. Now the biggest thing with Diablos in this game is avoiding that tail. He likes to swing it a lot. And it has an incredible range. Hope you're enjoying that music. I shouldn't be lining up with them. That's the tail that I'm talking about. Well, as I'm sure you can clearly see. I don't really need to explain that. Stop it. You know what, I'm actually in the mood to continue recording if you can believe it, but I'm going to continue in 3 Ultimate. And I'm going to get beer. I can't believe I'm in the mood to continue. It's incredible. I think part of it is that I'm eager to... This is always fun to watch. I'm eager to go back to my old setup. My usual setup. It's just so much more comfortable. I have to tell you. So much more comfortable. I'm patiently waiting for my opportunities to present themselves. Shut up. Very good. Don't know who put that down, but it's very much appreciated. Trying to hit that chest. Thank you for flinching so that you position your chest in the ideal place for me to hit it. That's great. Very good. But yeah, the ideal greatsword for Raw in this game is the King Atalat sword. But literally everyone uses it, and I'm sick of seeing it. So I use the Shengalring greatsword, just for something different to look at. It's not quite as good as the King Atalat sword in my opinion, but it's almost as good. It's still a very, very good Raw greatsword. So this is my greatsword of choice for this game, basically. See this tail? It can still hit me from that angle. That's what's crazy about that tail. That's what I mean when I say that its range is ridiculous. It can still fucking hit me under those circumstances. It's ridiculous. That's why it's a terrible tail. Alliteration. Now, I've positioned myself in case he goes for the tail swing. He did not. Actually gonna upswing. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Monster number 1. They have reduced health because there are 2 of them in one quest, obviously. So it's a bit of a faster process to kill them. Arx has something to say about that, apparently. Make Google Docs sheets for cats. What, you mean for the kitchen cats? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about. Alright. There's the other one. I might have remembered it incorrectly in terms of the rotation of the monsters. It might have been the opposite to what I thought I was remembering. Now Fever is doing the tried and true ledge exploit. It was very, very effective in first gen, slightly less effective in this game, but mostly ideal for gunners. It's not recommended for anyone else. Oh, fucking hell, who hosted this one? I managed to get the tail there. Very good. As long as I make contact with him, I'm happy. Better that than making no contact at all. As the greatsword user, patience is your best friend. Again, I've positioned myself so as not to be hit by the tail. Pulled up my sword as a shield, just for good measure. Well, Arx is using the lobster hammer. You don't often see that in this game. Because I am going greatsword, I will be sharpening back up to purple. It's very important that I do that. You can see Arx getting hit by that tail there, despite the fact that he was really standing well outside of that. Now, I failed to do the follow-up charge there because I had additional hit lag from having made contact with a teammate, I think, which I was not accounting for. You need to account for hit lag when gearing up for the following charge, or for the follow-up charge, rather. And I had not expected to get additional hit lag there. Hit lag is obviously the game actually physically slowing down when you make contact with something, which is actually really good. The hit lag in these games is really, really heavy. And when you become used to that, there's almost no, I suppose, satisfaction to be had when you make contact with a monster in the future games. Because hit lag decreased quite significantly, beginning with 3rd gen, but it was still there. Hit lag in games such as, you know, Monster Hunter Rise, literally non-existent, so there is no real sense of damage being dealt when hitting a monster because it's just this thing that makes contact and there's no hit lag. It's this visual response that gives you the sense of damage being dealt and gives you the sense that you're actually hitting and hurting the monster. And when it's gone, like completely gone, not just reduced but gone, it really is pretty bad. But yeah, the point is that it is something that has to be taken into account when it's as heavy as it is in this game, because it actually changes the way that you use the weapons. Because when you're in a moment of heavy hit lag, you can't really do anything, like your button inputs are not recognized. It's kind of funny. But more than anything else, it changes your timing. That's what it really comes down to. It's not that your button inputs aren't recognized, it's that the timing changes, therefore what would otherwise be the right timing is not, because time is literally slowing down. It's weird. And that somehow still works in a multiplayer scenario. I don't understand it, but it works. There you go. And I'm pressing start when I should be pressing select. I might do CTY. Unless Arx is going to do it first. Let's see. Oh, Makasi Banyak. What the fuck? As you do. Oh, I was just launched into another area. Anyway, I don't think I ended up carving, so I will do so. That'll be my last hunt here. I think we're going to go and take care of a few things before doing another recording. I'll go and grab some beer as well, and then I'll go and record some 3 Ultimate. I have no desire to do Generations Ultimate right now. No desire whatsoever. So I'm just going to hope and pray that there will be people to play with in 3 Ultimate. That would be the ideal. But this has been a pretty long recording in Freedom Unite. It's been a 3-hour. It's a bit up and down in terms of the lighting, as I'm sure you can appreciate. And I hope you realise now, and I've said this like 3 times, including this time, but it's not that easy to do a PC recording for me. There's a lot going on, there are so many variables, and it's just generally a mess, so it's not forever. Eventually I'll be able to organise a better PC setup, but for now this is the way it has to be. and it will be better when lighting is more consistent. But I can only really judge that based on cloud movement. If I see that there are no clouds in the immediate area surrounding where I'm situated geographically, then I can assume that I'm going to have consistent lighting. But otherwise, nah. If it's a cloudy day, you better believe I'll have inconsistent lighting. That's the way it is. Anyway, I do thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Fairly long run, and I, for the most part, had fun. I'll see you all when I'm next recording. Hope that you, if you are watching now, will be able to join me for my 3 Ultimate recording that will probably take place within, I'd say, 40 to 50 minutes from now. But in the meantime, I bid you all farewell, and thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.